Hi, Georgia. Hi, lover of all things. I love your name. We are going to be talking about mystery shopping tonight. So, if that's your thing, you're in good luck. If not, no worries. I hope you find something that makes your heart and soul happy. A lot of great content on social media. All right, almost there. Okay. Now we are live on TikTok. TikTok, I'm live. You're live with me on my phone, and on my computer, I have Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. My other platforms complained that I never go live, and I'm like, well, we'll try again. Hi, Kristen. Sorry, I didn't see your comment till now. I was focusing. Hi, Big Mike. I forgot to invite other people. I'm just inviting more people, and we will get started. There we go. Okay. Hello. Hi, Mia W. Hello, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. I hope y'all are having a good night. Hi, Sam. Hi, Judy. All right, so tonight, surprise, surprise, we're going to talk about mystery shopping. So if you're interested in mystery shopping, you are in the right place. And if not, no worries. There's plenty of awesome things to watch on social media. For those of you that just joined, my eyes are going to be a little everywhere because TikTok, you are on my phone, sitting on top of my computer. And then we have YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook on my computer. So if you see my eyes, going everywhere. I'm not crazy. I'm just trying to look at all the comments. Hi, Just Be Kind. I hope you saw the post I made in Circle. Just Be Kind is in my program. All right, so here we go. So I have been a mystery shopper for over 15 years. I absolutely love it. I never thought in a million years I would be a mystery shopper, but you know how you plan your life and then life is like, "No, that's not for you. This is for you." Well, that's kind of what happened. So I was a restaurant owner for 2 years. I finally made it at the start. Yay. Oh, hello, Mine Too. Mine to Hold. Oh, I love your name. So I owned two restaurants, and we were doing really good. Me and my business partner. Let me turn off my notifications or we'll never have peace. Me and my business partner, hi Robin, we're doing just fine until we weren't. We opened our first restaurant at the beginning of 2011. We were doing so well. By the end of 2011, we decided to just go ahead and open a second location. Well, that was going just fine until it was time for us to go on vacation. Our first year in business, I went on vacation first, so naturally our second year, I let my business partner go before me. Well, that was a mistake. Hi, Anne Marie. That was a mistake. Kim, no, you didn't. I don't know what that is. I don't know what did I not do. Anyway, so I let him go on vacation first. Well, he told me before he went on vacation that he was going to go to Disney World and he was going to take his family. Well, his family consisted of his wife and his infant son. Sure, why not? Go have fun. Have a ball. Well, um, he had a ball all right on the company dime and he bankrupted us. And I'll tell you what happened. So every Friday was payday. And I promise all of this ties into mystery shopping. So every Friday was payday. And so Friday comes along. I'm paying everyone their checks around lunchtime. Well, an hour after dishing out a bunch of checks, I start getting frantic phone calls and text messages from my staff at both stores saying, "Hey, um, I can't cash my check. The bank says there's no funds, all of these errors." I'm like, that's impossible. Every morning before we started the day, I always looked into our bank account. It was just like a habit of mine. And we were fine. We almost had $40,000 in the bank. we're good. We have enough to pay everyone. We have enough for our food order. So I knew in the morning we were good to go. What happened to our money between like 8 o'clock in the morning until like what 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon? Something happened. Well, I had to get through lunch rush, and I'm like, there's just a big error. This is just an easy explanation. We're gonna figure this out. Hi, Gabriella. Gabriella is also in my program. She's brand new. Congratulations to on making the step to change your financial future. um so I was like, all right. I sit down at my desk after lunch rush is over, and I look at our bank account again. What was well in the positive was now in the negative. Where on earth did almost $40,000 go? Well, I start reading the transaction descriptions. It's all coming out of Florida and Disney World. So I call my business partner. I'm like, simple thing, things happen. I'm trying to think the best possible scenario here. Things happen, he's got our debit card next to his debit card. It was an accident many, many times over. Um, let me just call him. He can stop what he's doing and transfer money from his bank to our bank. We're going to even it all out. Well, I call him, and his name is Bo. He's Korean, and he had a name that none of us could pronounce, so we called him Bo. Of course, the southern charm of it all. Everyone's Bo. If you can't say their name, they're Bo. He agreed to it. So when I say Bo, you know who I'm talking about. And I'm like, hey, Bo, hope you're having a fabulous time. We are not. Everyone is here trying to get their checks and go cash them. Funny thing is, nobody can cash their checks because apparently there's no money in the bank. And I was looking at the transaction descriptions, and it's all coming from Florida and especially Disney World. Do you mind just taking a break for a minute from having a great time with your family and transferring those funds back to the business? And this is what he said to me. No, I can't do that. What? What do you mean you can't do that? And he's like, well, I took my whole family to Disney World. And I'm like, what do you mean? You have a wife and an infant son, and I've been to Disney World once, and it did not cost me even close to $40,000. Like, not even half of that, not even a quarter of that as a single individual. So what's going on? Like, what's good? He's like, well, I took my whole family. What does that mean, Bo? Do you have a second family I'm not aware of? Like, all these things are going through my head. He's like, well, in Korean culture, a son is supposed to be successful, and they are supposed to be so successful that they can take care of their mother and father and any unwed siblings, especially sisters. And if they're married, they are responsible for their wife's father and mother and any unwed siblings, especially her sisters. And I'm like, cool, cool, cool. Um, I'm sorry, I should have gone into that first. I usually go through the whole story, but it's so long, so I cut out how I met him. But I'll go back to that if y'all want me to. So, I was like, okay, well, I don't want to disrespect your culture, but does your family know that you don't make enough money quite yet to bring your entire extended family and all your ancestors to Disney World? Do they not know that? No, they don't know that, Kayla, because I've been lying to them for almost 2 years now about how much money we are making. We were very successful. Let me tell you, most businesses, especially restaurants, are not in the green or black, whatever you want to call it, within their first year, 2 years. Sometimes businesses, especially restaurants, are not even in the positive for like 5 years, five or more. It takes a long time for a restaurant to get profitable. Okay. So for us to be so successful to be able to open a second restaurant with not even a full year passing shows you how successful we were. We were both bringing home at least $100,000 a year. That is plenty, especially for South Carolina, mind you. We have low cost of living here. And so he was lying to them and saying he was making far, far more. Well, he refused to transfer the money. He said he didn't have it. I'm freaking out because I have all of these employees. I'm 5'2" on a good day. It depends on what doctor's office you ask. I I was much smaller back then, and I have these really big, awesome employees that at any moment could just take me out if they wanted to, and rightfully so. If I can't pay them their hard-earned money, hi, Thick. So I was scared, so I was like, well, all I can do is run across the street to the Wells Fargo on the other side of the very, very busy street and withdraw as much money as I can. And that's what I did because I was not going to let my employees suffer because of my ridiculous business partner that just wanted to lie to everyone. Because he knew he was going to Disney World, and he knew he was taking everyone in his family and his dead ancestors. He knew that, but he lied to me. And well, I guess in a way he didn't when he said, I'm going to take my family. I should have asked him. I've learned to ask more questions now throughout the years. So I went across the street. I went to Wells Fargo. I begged the tellers. I said, I need as much money as you can give me out of my accounts right now. And they were like, well, $10,000 is the cap to withdraw in one day unless you fill out like a heaping stack of paperwork because the government wants to track it if you're getting out more than $10,000 in a day. And I'm like, I don't have time for paperwork. I'm like, just give me $10,000 out of my savings account. It killed me, and make it in hundreds, 20s, and tens. Like, I mean, 50s, hundreds, 50s, and 20s. Like, just give it to me. So I brought that back to the restaurant, and I had to bring as many people as I could together because obviously not everyone's in front of me. And I had to tell them what was going on to an extent. I didn't tell them everything. I just said that there was a mistake has happened, and Bo is accidentally used the business card. There was no way I was going to talk shiitake without him there. Like, I do have morals. So I was like, what I'm going to have to ask you guys, and I know I've never asked anything of you before, and I didn't. Those of you that have followed me forever, you know the stuff my employees put me through over and over and over again. Like, people doing rugs in the back of the restaurant, having relations in bathrooms, my employee that called a whole group of tennis players that were the same sex and in relationships with each other. I have to watch what I say on social media. People flip. Called them a gay tennis ball. So y'all know. And then my chicken, getting in a fight with the Chick-fil-A cow and having the cops called. All those wonderful things my employees put me through. Um, Mind to hold. You have such class. I tried. Sometimes life doesn't allow for too much class, but it is what it is. So I'm like, you know what? Out of all the things y'all have done to me, I'm asking you one thing, just a little bit of grace. I only have $10,000. That is not enough to pay everybody, especially their full amount. So what I'm going to ask of you, if you have big people bills, if you have rent, mortgage, light bill, emergency food to get you through till the weekend, till the new week, I should say, anything big that you have to have paid, today, which is Friday, until Monday morning, step forward. And then I was so shocked. My younger employees, my high school kids and my college kids were like, Kayla, don't worry about us. We're just going to go blow our money, which was theirs to do. I did the same thing when I was their age. But I was so shocked because they were the ones that usually caused the most hell for me, but they were the first ones to be like, don't worry about us. We can wait. We were just going to go drink it and party it away or go buy clothes and I was really impressed with them. So that really helped me be able to dish out the funds to my older employees, with big people bills. So we got through the weekend, and I knew we were going to do really well because we were in the beginning of football season. So we did really, really well over the weekend. We had a really big catering job on Sunday. So by Monday, my account is good to go again. I'm at least in the green. And then Tuesday comes along, and my business partner comes back. And he just waltzes in the door like nothing happened. And I'm like, "Hi, Bo, how are you?" And he's just like, "I'm doing great. I feel so refreshed." He's got a nice little tan, just acting like nothing happened. And I'm like, and he just wants to show people on his phone his kid playing at Disney World and him and his family, his entire family. And I have to pretend to care. And my employees are like, "Oh, this sounds so great and fun. I can't wait till I can do something like this." And then I finally got Bo to the side and I'm like, "You, me, we're going to go to the Italian restaurant across the street. We're going to talk about some things." And he was just like, "Oh, really? Like, oh, okay." You know? So we get over to the Italian restaurant, and he will not stop talking about himself and his time. Finally, he gave me just a second because he was just breathing for a moment. I was able to slip in there, and I was like, "Hey, I got two questions. That's it. You can have the floor again. When are you going to put the $40,000 back into our business account? I don't care how you do it. I don't care where you get the money. Number two, when are you going to pay me back the $10,000 that I had to take out of my own bank account to keep us afloat and keep our restaurants open?" Then he just looks at me. I will never forget this conversation and these words out of this man's mouth. "Kayla, don't you know that sometimes in business you have to reach into your own pocket to make things work?" "I do know that, Bo. I just ripped out $10,000 of my hard-earned money from my savings account. Yeah, I think I know that, and I've been in business before. Yeah, I've been there. I've had that reality." And he just looked at me like so confused, like, "What's the problem? Like, then you know." I had to shove, and this is no exaggeration, I had to shove a breadstick like deep into my mouth and sit on my hands and just chew that breadstick while he continued to talk about himself because I knew that over I was going to come over the sorry, something weird's happened. Okay. I was going to come over the table and do bad things with the very sharp utensil next to me at the Italian restaurant if I did not sit on my hands. JC, and then he is going to do what he asked you to do, and you did. You need to get rid of him. Oh, I did. I did. I certainly did. So at that point, I was like, all right, he doesn't respect me. He doesn't respect these restaurants. I thought we had a better relationship than we do. It's time for me to exit the business. So this was late September. I did not go on vacation. I did take my week off, but all I did was stay local. He didn't know that. I even came in late at night to get records and stuff that I needed to go do lawsuits and to get ready to exit this business. And he didn't know that. He thought I was off doing my own thing, vacationing. I forgot what I lied to him about where I was going, but I did. I would just come like at midnight to get what I needed. So at the end of 2013, I was able to exit the business. And it was what I thought the best decision to make because we owned this business together, but I wanted to continue on. So I trademarked a new name. We together trademarked Wing Nuts, like your nuts about wings, Wing Nuts. And we had 100 flavors. So I was going to take all of our flavors. I did spend the money and time to trademark my own trademark, which was Wings 100. I was going to get a food truck and start this. So that's what I tried to do. But as at the end of the year, when I was able to exit, give him the notice that I was going and the lawsuit, I had him served. That's a whole funny story about how I had him served. Then I found out that my fiance at the time, we were buying a house. He was cheating on me and had no intention of moving into this house with me. So, my life fell apart and I didn't know where I was going to go live. I couldn't move in with my mom because at the time she had her mother living with her that had Alzheimer's and I wasn't going to mess that up. That can mess up my grandma and it could mess my mom up because you just don't mess with someone's life when they're going through something like that. And I'm still young. I'm 25. I can figure it out. Well, I decided I was just going to have to live in my car and it shouldn't take that long. Well, then I found out that I had cancer on my left foot and I was going to have like surgery and go through some stuff. So my dream of opening my very quick dream, I should say, like pivot, I guess, was gone because I wasn't going to have the time or the money. And at this point, my business partner owed me $70,000 total, 70, a comma, and three more zeros. Yes, because I was exiting the business. That is what he owed me as my share and what he owed me previously, you know, the $10,000. So I was like, well, I can't take my employees with me because I have no business and I can't employ them. So what I decided to do was go back to the law firms that I used to be a process server for. I loved process serving, but I actually gave that up to open my restaurants. So that's what I did. I went back to my law firms that I was a process server for. I begged for my job back without telling them how desperate I was. And they were so kind and they gave me my job back. And I was able to work for them when I could. And I knew that that would be the best opportunity for me because as a process server, you do it on your own time. Like you take the cases that you can, and I knew I'd be able to recover, and it was mostly driving. So that's what I did. And when I went back to my law firms, one of them said, well, while you were gone, we obtained a mystery shopping company. They hired us on retainer. And in my head, I'm like, congratulations, like, thanks for telling me. And they were like, no, Kayla, I'm offering you an opportunity. I'm like, well, words. And he was like, I'm offering you an opportunity. Do you want to be a mystery shopper while you're running around the entire state of South Carolina? And I was like, well, I mean, I guess that makes sense. I knew what a mystery shopper was because I used to work for fast food restaurants. My very first job as a teenager, right before I was 16, was Taco Bell. I used to work Waffle House third shift. We got mystery shopped back then. I was a manager of Alltel before they sold out. I got mystery shopped. So I knew mystery shoppers existed. And I actually hired a local company in my town to mystery shop our restaurants. I failed one of our mystery shops and I accidentally blamed it on my employees till I found out it was me. That's a funny story too. So I told him, I'm like, sure, he didn't know I was homeless. I was like, maybe I can get some free groceries from some free grub while I figure out life again. That's exactly what mystery shopping did for me. So I'm working for this single company for about 3 months and I loved it. I loved it. I was getting free groceries. I was getting to eat out for free. My favorite part is the fact that I got to have free entertainment, and I'll explain. Being homeless and living in my car, I was very depressed. I mean, there's no doubt about that. But the fact that I could go to the zoo, I could go to the movie theaters, I could go bowling, I could do things and distract myself while I was homeless made it better. I didn't feel like all was lost and it was a good distraction. So I really loved mystery shopping because not only am I getting paid to do all of these things, I'm getting to do them for free on top of that. So 3 months passed by. I'm like, I love mystery shopping so much, but I know there's got to be more mystery shopping companies out there. So I asked the mystery shopping company, I said, hey, I love this company. I'm not going anywhere. Can you tell me about more mystery shopping companies like you? And it took them no time at all to get right back to me. And they gave me a list of like 4 or 5, 3 or 4 more companies. Sorry, talking so much, it dries my mouth. So I signed up with all those companies. Now I have even more jobs. I'm loving it even more. Now we're about 6 months into mystery shopping. I got a small apartment. Life is starting to look up again. And I was like, I still have a bunch of free time. I don't want to just sit around. Hi, Bobby. I don't want to just sit around and do nothing. I want to mystery shop some more. So I wrote the new companies and the first companies, hi, Ren. And I was like, hi, I love working for you. I'm not going anywhere, but can you tell me about more mystery shopping companies? And silence. But it was weird to be silent because those same companies I was working for would call me and text me and email me daily, begging me to do more jobs, but they're not responding to mine. Oh, thank you, Shadow Wolf. Hello. Shadow Wolf's also in my program. And Chef Joey. Hi, Chef Joey. And I'm like, why aren't they answering me? I'm like, okay, Kayla, bring it back a little bit. The world does not revolve around you. You are not the only mystery shopper. You are not the only email. Give it a week. So I gave it a week. Nothing. So I copied and pasted the same email and I shot it back out to everyone that I did previously. I'm like, all right, they'll get back to me this time. Nothing. Nothing. Oh, thank you, Ren. I hope so. We'd love to have you. And I was like, huh, okay. Well, either they're too busy or there's just something I don't understand. And that's okay. Again, the world doesn't revolve around me, but I know how to use Google. I know how to use Ask Jeeves. Like me and Ask Jeeves are pals. I look up everything. This was when Ask Jeeves was still there. I don't know if it exists anymore. So I typed in mystery shopping companies on Google and Ask Jeeves. Pages and pages and pages and pages of mystery shopping companies. I thought I was in heaven. I really was in hell, but I didn't know that. And I wouldn't know for 3 months or more after giving out Ask Jeeves. Yes, Ask Jeeves. Oh, that's funny. Just be kind. So I start signing up with all these mystery shopping companies because they're all asking me the same information that the legitimate companies were asking me. What is your full name? What is your social security number? Your date of birth, your address, a picture of your ID, sometimes even your passport. Like all this information. Well, sure, here's my bank account. Here's everything, like because that's what the legitimate companies wanted. They have to have that because it's self-employment, but they have to have it on record for their taxes. Well, me thinking I'm about to be rolling in the dough and unstoppable, I got stopped. A screeching halt because I'll say 3 months after signing up for those companies and doing jobs for them, I thought, I realized that some of those companies, they weren't paying me and they weren't answering my emails or nothing. And I started to think, I'm like, okay, maybe I'm such a new mystery shopper. I don't know what I'm doing yet. And maybe these mystery shops are just a little bit above what I know, so maybe I'll just leave them alone. I'll eat what I lost and I'll come back to them when I'm better, when I'm more equipped to do them. Well, then the mail starts coming in from Dubai and all over the United States, and it's it's people that wanted money. I owed money for things I never knew existed. I had accounts in Dubai. I've never been to Dubai. I heard the chocolate's amazing, but I have never even had Dubai chocolate. Um, and I looked at the statement. Well, I had accounts, and someone in the US was trying to buy a house, and people were trying to buy cars, and people had credit cards in my name, and you name it. There was medical debt in my name It took me all the way until March 2025 to get that last piece of fraud, which was medical debt. That stuff does not want to get off your credit, I'm telling you. Um, to fight for my credit. It was awful. It was absolutely awful. You think 7 years everything falls off? You're wrong. Medical debt doesn't die, and it wasn't even mine. It was from someone from South Dakota, for God's sake. So I've never been to South Dakota. So I learned then what had happened, and I started doing some math on the companies that I signed up for myself, and come to find out, roughly about 40% of those companies I signed up with were nothing but scams, fishing for my personal information to steal my identity. Another 20% were legitimate mystery shopping companies, but they had gone dark. Companies, not just mystery shopping companies, they go dark. And what happens is when companies, sometimes, most companies have integrity. I don't want y'all to think every company's like this. What happens is companies go into financial ruin, and they're drowning and they think they can fix it. And their fixes just start to snowball. So what this company was doing, oh, hi, Debbie, was holding on for dear life in a very fraudulent way. So what they would do, let's just use Burger King. It wasn't Burger King, but I just need an example. Let's say Burger King hired this company and said, hey, mystery shopping company, I need all of our Burger Kings mystery shopped across the United States. All right, the mystery shopping company put all the Burger Kings up for, for us to grab. I was grabbing a bunch of Burger Kings. Well, I was doing the mystery shops exactly like I was supposed to do. I was taking all the pictures. I was doing everything I was supposed to do. And then I was submitting the report the same day before midnight. Well, they submitted the report to Burger King and Burger King was fine with it. It's like, great, thanks for this information. This is very helpful. Here's a bunch of money. Like part of that money that they got was supposed to come to their mystery shoppers. Instead, the company would lie to us and say, oh, we're so sorry, but Burger King said your report is just not good enough. You took a picture at a weird angle, you wrote Susie's name wrong, just really stupid things that just didn't make sense. But those were some of the mystery shopping companies I just thought that I just wasn't ready for yet, even though doing a mystery shop for Burger King was not rocket science. It wasn't. I was like, what's wrong with me? Well, come to find out about a year later that group of mystery shopping companies, about 20%, went dark and were trying to save themselves. Well, seasoned mystery shoppers sued them and they won. And honestly, one mystery shop went dark very recently, and thank God we caught it in our program, and I was able to alert all of my mystery shoppers to be like, whoa, this is going on, pedal back. And if you're owed anything, go ahead and do everything you can to gather the evidence because we might have to figure this out. Yes, Gabriella, I'll show you in circle because you're a member. I'll show you where that post is. So, and lots of businesses go dark. It's not just mystery shopping companies, but there is no warning. It's like there's no like, hey guys, this mystery shopping company's gone dark. They're just using you to get money. There is nothing like that. But I'm here to do that for you. So, how do you become a mystery shopper? I'm getting into that. Yeah. So, the other 20% were actually legitimate mystery shopping companies, and I still work for those companies today, and that list has only grown. Today, I work for nearly 100 mystery shopping companies in the United States alone. I also have the entire list for Canada and the United Kingdom. My goal is by the end of 2026 to have them from all around the world where mystery shops are done. When I went to Costa Rica less than 2 weeks ago, I did mystery shops in Costa Rica. I did mystery shops for Southwest on my way there and on my way back. I did mystery shops in the airports on my way there and on my way back. I love mystery shopping. And because I mystery shopped on my way there and back and in Costa Rica, my entire vacation was a tax write-off, minus entertainment, unless there's a meal involved. But I teach you that in my program as well. So that is how I became a mystery shopper. Now, the other question I get all the time is, why do you have a mystery shopping program and why do you charge? And those are perfectly fine questions to ask. And here is why. So I used to own a soap company. I started a big soap company in 2014 in my mother's kitchen because I couldn't start a business in my apartment, especially with chemicals. I grew that business so big, so fast. Little backstory very quickly. I went to college for business and marketing. So everything that I have done business wise, I have grown it. The name of my company was Carolina Soap Works, and I also had the medicinal soap company that came a couple years later on. Well, it took me no time at all to be in magazines, on talk shows. Even Shark Tank reached out to me. I didn't want them because they wanted way too much of my company. They wanted over 20%, and I told them to take a hike. I had a small factory in Newberry, South Carolina, where I had many employees. We pumped out 20 to 30,000 bars of soap a month. and things were going just fine. I was also mystery shopping on the side, sometimes doing both because I had a full staff. I could just leave for, a week at a time and go mystery shopping on vacation, So things were going great until the pandemic hit. And the pandemic literally washed my business away. And I tried so hard to stay in business, but by the beginning of 2023, I realized after doing my taxes for 2022 that I was no longer making soap for a profit and I was just making soap to have a business. So I reached out to my marketing team that I had forever and I said, "Hey guys, this is what's going on. I might have to close, but I really don't want to. I've done this for so long. I want to fix it. I want to get back into it." And they're like, "Well, Kayla, in order to do that, you're going to have to be on social media more." And I'm like, "I already post on social media every single day. I'm in magazines, I'm on talk shows, I'm on podcasts, we're on Amazon, I'm in big box stores. Like, I did the damn thing, like, what else do you want from me?" They're like, "No, Kayla, yeah, you post pictures of this is a pretty bar of soap and it smells like this, but you don't go live and you don't post videos." And for those of you that don't know, I'm autistic and I also have Asperger's, and that just makes me different. And people misunderstand me, some of the things I say and the tone behind it, or the what I really mean, because we're just very blunt, to the point people. And I have been picked on my entire life for being weird. My voice, being a little heavy, being autistic, like you name it. People are awful. Y'all know it. You can have the minorest little difference and someone's gonna bring it to the light and pick on you for it. So the last thing I wanted to do was put myself through that scrutiny. Even when I would be on a talk show, like I would have to read a prompt or like practice a script over and over and over again. Gabrielle, I love your flavor of neuro spicy. Oh, thank you. I can get that way. I can get spicy. I hate rude people. Cannot stand it. Um, so they told me I'd have to go on live. So I started going live. I started posting videos. I'm sorry, we had this conversation in early 2023. I opened my TikTok channel in August 2023, and I start making soap, cutting soap, boxing soap while I'm live, posting videos, you name it. And then I got so comfortable with my audience because in 2 months, I went from 0 followers to 20,000 followers just being myself, which normally I didn't think anyone was going to want because I'm like, I'm weird. I'm going to piss somebody off just by smiling the wrong way. It happens. You can't imagine. So I got so comfortable with my audience that I gained so quickly. And I was like, I think I need to show them other parts of my life because I think all they think is that yes, Carolina Soapworks. I just think that they just think I'm a soap maker, but I talk about all these other things I do. Let me just show them. So one day, I think it was a Wednesday, I decided to go take them on a mystery shop with me. I was going to take them to a McDonald's. It should be a short mystery shop. We'll get through it. No problem. Probably going to be very boring. Boy, was that mystery shop far from boring. If you live in or know where I'm talking about, Columbia, South Carolina, off of Piney Grove Road. So you know where I'm at if you know that area. So that's where we go. And oh, thank you, Debbie. We go to the speaker, we place our order. Bless her heart, but the lady that took my order obviously hated her job, if not her entire life. And it showed. The same lovely personality that took my order took my payment. We failed. There was really no going back, but it got worse. I know, and this is the hilarious, terrible part. Then we get to the order window, the food window, and this man that resembled Shaggy from Scooby Doo thought he was a ladies' man, and it looked like he got there when they opened or before they opened, and he stuck his head in the fryer and just whipped his hair back and combed it back, and he just thought he was the most sexiest thing on the face of the earth. And this is how he opened the window. And he grinned at me and he brings towards my bag, and I gently try to grab it from him. He snatches it back really quick. He's like, oh, you got to be quicker than that. And I'm like, oh, Jesus. He's watched that commercial just a couple too many times. My face will always tell you how I feel. As part of being autistic, I can smile at you, but my face is always going to reveal what's really going on. And you would figure he would understand that I was not into this game and I just wanted my stuff. No, he missed that. Then he does it again. I gently try to grab it from him. Oh, you got to be quicker than that. Like, this man has no idea that he is live on TikTok right now. He does it one more time, and I made it one more time because he brings it to me, and I grab it from him really quickly, and I just shove it next to me in the passenger seat. You would think our transaction is over. And why did I stop making soap? I'm getting to that, I promise you. So I finally get it, and I shove it next to me, and then I'm like, okay, I'm just waiting for my drink at this point. No, can't have that without this first. Then he looks down my dress, and in my opinion, I was dressed very modestly, but I guess he had a view that I didn't know was possible with what I was wearing, and he literally was looking down my dress. Then he does the peace sign, sticks his tongue through the peace sign, wiggles it at me, and with this grin, this crazy grin, says, now, if you're not satisfied, you just come on back inside and I'll satisfy you. If I was hungry, I would have eaten the dirty, bird pecked at fries roasting in the sun on the asphalt of the drive-thru before I walked in to that restaurant and told that man that I was not satisfied if there was anything wrong with my order. No matter how bad the contents of that bag could have been, over my dead body was I going to go back in there and tell that man that. So then he gives me my drink after can't say that, verbally essaying me, sorry, you gotta watch what you say on TikTok. TikTok's like, no, bad words. Then we pull over, and I just happened to park next to a dumpster. Wasn't on purpose, just not thinking, and that's just the first parking spot I saw. We start to go through the contents of the bag. The only thing they passed on was giving me napkins. I mean, that's huge for McDonald's. They usually fail on that. Like, we did the opposite this time. Like most restaurants, they pass on everything, but they forget the napkins. No, reverse. Total shiitake show. We're going to give you napkins. Can you imagine doing that report? This horrible stuff happened, but they gave me napkins. Do you know what autism is? Yes, I have autism, but thank you. Do you know it's a spectrum? Anyway, so we go through the contents of the bag, the napkins, then we pull out the fries, and the fries were horrible. You know, fries, if you don't eat them in a certain amount of time after they're cooked, they're just gross. Thank you, Debbie. I wasn't gonna go there. And then the burger, we pull out the burger. Everything that was supposed to be in the burger, like between the two buns, was on top of the bun. The onions, the mustard, the ketchup, like you pick up the burger and it would just slide out of your hand. The pickles wanted nothing to do with this shiitake show and were trying to get off the burger. They were barely on it. The cheese wasn't melted and maybe a third on the burger. They failed 1000%. And I told all my viewers, I'm like, well, I didn't expect this to happen, but this is the reality of mystery shopping. Sometimes things literally just don't go very well. And I ended the live. I drove home. I called my mom and a couple of my friends to laugh it off because I just drove 35 minutes for this mystery shop. And they were just like, that's hilarious. And my mom's like, you need to download, if you can, download the live and post it on social media. So I was like, okay, I could do that. Well, I had no idea that that live was going to go so crazy. I posted it that night about 10 o'clock at night. Within 48 hours, millions of people have viewed it, shared it, The news picked it up. Blog pages picked it up. It went everywhere. I went from 20,000 followers to over 50,000 followers in 48 hours. My life changed forever and I didn't even know it because every time I went live making soap, cutting soap, and boxing soap, I kept getting the same three questions over and over and over again. How can I be a mystery shopper? Will you teach me how to be a mystery shopper? How much money can I make as a mystery shopper? I started off giving free advice because why not? I was still a full-time soap maker and I want to help people like I still do. So I was giving free information out. But what came with that was okay, and I'm just using fake names here, but Michelle just asked some basic questions. Okay, Michelle, here's the answer to that. And then someone else I told that basic information to a week ago was ready for, more advanced information. I just couldn't keep up. And I just kept getting these same questions over and over and over again. And being autistic, like it was just too much. I was overwhelmed. And I think even if you're not autistic, you would have lost your mind if you lived what I was going through. Debbie knows. Debbie has been with me since day one on TikTok. And I couldn't make soap, cut soap, box soap without somebody, if not everybody, on live and in my comments asking me, Debbie says, Yepper, asking me about mystery shopping. So I had to go to my business, not my business partners, my marketing team at the time. Now they're business partners. And I told them what I did. I said, all this time we spent rebranding my entire brand and, marketing and giving all this free soap away and how my sales started to improve and things were getting a lot better. Well, I literally shot it. It's dead. And they were like, wow, how did you do that? And then I told them what I did, and they're laughing, but they're like, yeah, you really did shoot it dead. But it sounds like you're not going to have a soap business by the summer, but you're going to have a mystery shopping training program in a few months. And I'm like, it sounds like you're crazy and you're wrong because I've been a soap maker for almost 10 years and I'm not going to stop. That's just what I do. Part of being autistic is you're in your comfort zone. You don't like change very much. And again, I'm soap maker for 10 years. You're going to have to pry that out of my hands. Well, they won because I literally was making less sales at that point than I was before the remarketing. So from December 2023 until April 2024, we started to develop the Kayla Laughs Out Loud Mystery Shopping Training Program. We opened the doors in April on a Saturday. Right before we opened the doors, like 3 days before we agree, well, they told me, I didn't agree to a price. They're like, we're going to charge, you feel free to laugh with me, but we're going to charge $997 for an annual fee. And I looked at them and I said, you're insane. You are absolutely insane. Are you telling me that you want me to go from selling like high-end, very high quality $15 to $20 bars of soap to selling $1,000 course to strangers on the internet that know me only as a stranger on the internet? So you mean to tell me you expect strangers on the internet to know me as the guru of soap making and natural stuff to all of a sudden overnight being the guru of mystery shopping, give me $1,000? Yeah, that's not going to happen. I don't think that's going to go very well. And they're like, Kayla, you know your worth. We know your worth. I'm like, I know that I can deliver. I've done this for 15 years. I know everything about it. I'm really close with the mystery shopping companies and the schedulers, but my audience doesn't know that. And asking people for their hard-earned money, $1,000 of it, might cause some friction. Well, they knew better than I did because I get a little emotional. I get better without being emotional, but it's when we opened the doors on Saturday in April 2024, 20 people within like 2 hours signed up for my program and happily paid $997 to be in my program for a whole year. And I'm like, if these strangers believe in me more, oh, thank you so much. Corinne's in my program. She's on Facebook right now. I always get teary-eyed. All my members just, I love y'all. I do. I wouldn't have this without you guys, and especially my OGs. I call my 21st members my OGs because they're the ones that made all of this happen with me. Because without them, I would not still be changing lives today, and they helped me change lives. So 20 people signed up. And when they did that, I was like, all right, it's time. It is go time. Like, there's no doubting myself. It is time to deliver on what I promised. And after that day, it only just boomed from there. I have helped and graduated over 2,000 people, and I currently have 1,400 people active in my community right now. When it was time for people to leave, because I made my program where you only really needed to be there for a whole year to learn everything that took me many, many, many years to learn and trial and error in between, as you've heard. Um, People would be at the end of their year and they're like, well, we don't want to go. We love it here. We love the community. We love the weekly coaching calls. We love it all. And I was like, maybe we need a lifetime membership. And it shocks me how many people will sign up just for a month and then with before even the next month they're ready to stay for life and they sign up for the lifetime. But it's just I never thought in a million years I'd be a mystery shopper. I never thought in a million years I would be teaching other people how to change their life in a comfortable way. Corinne says so true. Thank you so much, Corinne. Thank you. So that is why I have a mystery shopping training program. Jeff says lifetime is completely worth it. Thank you, Jeff. Jeff on TikTok is also in my program. We have come a long way. We really have. Gabrielle, I want the lifetime because I never want to leave the group. Save money by being lifetime. That's right. You pay one time and you're in forever. So if you decide to chill for a little while and then ramp it up later in life, we're still there. You can just hang out with us and not even mystery shop at this point if you want to. Chef Joey, Kayla has changed my life. Thank you, Chef Joey. And Chef Joey is in Canada. He's my Canadian. Now, my program is no longer $1,000. We actually changed the prices, especially for the new year. Let me pull those up. We changed them and I haven't memorized them yet because they're on sale. And I don't want to lie to you. All right, here we are. I'm still trying to memorize. I think Debbie has them memorized better than I do. Okay, here we go. So our monthly subscription fee, Facebook, can you still see me? Our monthly subscription fee is $49.99. Easy math, $50. That is usually $97 a month. Our annual fee is $549.99, $550. That's normally $799, so almost $80. I mean $800. Our lifetime is usually $1,000. Right now, it is only $699.99. And I know those numbers still sound like a lot, but most of my members get all of that back in no more than 2 months. And I'm here to help you all of the way get that and so much more. I would not have as many people active in my community. Sorry, I'm trying to find everyone. There you are. I wouldn't have as many people active in my community and people that have moved on without me. Because I wanted to make the program where you don't need me for life, because that's just not fair. So it's been a wild ride, and I have members of all types, all walks of life. I've got people that choose to be homeless, like nomads. I've got people that live in RVs, and I have doctors and nurses and lawyers. I have retirees. I have teachers. I have parents. I have single parents. I have I have people that are disabled. I have people that are in a wheelchair. I have people of all walks of life. Corinne says, I paid with the money I made in the first month. You paid for the lifetime? I paid with the money I made in the first month. I think Corinne's saying that she paid for the lifetime with her first month. So, yeah. It is extremely doable. I personally live in the middle of nowhere in Newberry, South Carolina on 23 acres. And I have to drive 45 minutes to an hour to get to civilization. And that's how I make it work for me. I have members that don't have to do that, like Kyle. Kyle is one of my youngest members that I'm aware of because you don't have to tell me your age, obviously. And he lives in Orlando, Florida, and he's 22 years old. He was one of my very first people to sign up, and he makes $6,000 to $7,000 a month. That's not normal. I'm not promising you that whatsoever. So don't come at me and be like, you promised me. No, I didn't. He is just in one of those really good areas, and he's a college kid, and he has all the freedom in the world. And what I love about Kyle, he truly deserves the success he has because his first year with me, he joined me in April 2024. For Christmas, he saved up for his mother to get a new car. He bought his mother a Honda Civic for Christmas. He didn't party that money away. That's what he chose to do. Kiki, I'd love to be on your program, but I have to wait to save money. We also offer, we just started Klarna and Afterpay. I'm not trying to push you to do that, but that is an option. A lot of people asked for something like that, so we made it happen. Chef Joey, you get to make your own schedule. Yes, that's what I love about mystery shopping. You get to make your own schedule. Oh, thank you, Corinne. She did say that that was right. She paid for the whole. Oh, you paid for the whole year in 1 month. Now I get it. Now I get it. So sorry, I forgot what ADHD. Let me drink water. It'll come to me. Can't think about what I was gonna say. What was I talking about? Help me out. That's terrible. Where did I leave off? I saw Corinne commented. I'm like, wait, Debbie, Kayla, why are people saying that they paid stuff from you and didn't get it? Because they're trolls. They're absolute trolls, and I'll explain that. So, there are a lot of conspiracy theories and misinformation about me, but I would not be able to use, there's a processing company called Stripe. It's the most massive processing company, I mean, the payment processor out there. I would not be able to use Klarna, and I would not be able to use Afterpay. I would not have a great Better Business Bureau rating if I did that. But people are always going to hate people that are doing something that they want to do or that they're just jealous of. And I don't mean to honk my own horn or anything, toot my own horn or anything, but I've worked very hard my whole life. I've been an entrepreneur since my late teens. And yes, I live on my own and I have a great life, but it didn't come free. So haters are going to hate. So yeah, you can watch and read my testimonials. No one got taken advantage of. We have a 10-day money back guarantee, and you can leave the community whenever you want. Now, if you sign up for 3 months and you decide at the end of your third month you don't want to be in the community anymore, we're not going to keep charging you. We're not going to give you the 3 months back that you were in the community because you got services from us. So, and a lot of people claimed that too, which is so silly. But I hope that makes you feel a little better. But if you have more questions, I am beyond happy to answer them for you. Hi, Mary Sims. Mary Sims is also in my community. Shadow Wolf, I made at least $5,000, yes, last year, my first year, and I was barely trying. That's right. That's right. Kristen bought a Honda Civic. Yep. Oh, thank you. Yes, he bought a Honda Civic for his mom for Christmas because she's a single mom and raised him and sacrificed everything, for herself to give her son, a good future and got him into school to be a doctor. Corinne says flexible schedule. Yeah, that's why I love mystery shopping. You do what you want to do when you want to do it. Thank you, Bobby. Yeah, Robin, but feel free to ask me any questions. I don't get offended. The only time I get offended is when I actually see one of my trolls on here and they make themselves known. They're not nearly as nice as you are when you ask that question. someone is really threatened by you. A lot of people, and it's so silly, and I live quite modestly. I live in a house that was built in the 70s. The cutest thing about it is it's round. It has needed every repair in the world because Redneck John's here more here than he is at his own house. Like I just I live quite modestly. I give a lot away too. Lisa, make your own schedule is absolutely wonderful because you can say the heck with working a day. Exactly. Yep. 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 Robin, so sad. Let lift each other up. I agree, Robin. I agree. And I even offer, before my haters got too nasty with me, I even offered them. We offered the whole course for $1 for 3 months. And I dared my haters. I was like, haters, my course is $1. If you're doubting me, now is the time to take a peek and see everything that I have to offer. And I got nasty a couple times. I just can't help it. You can only be nice for so long because they were still coming at me, and I'm like, look, if you can't dig $1 worth of coins out of your couch cushion, I will loan you $1. You know what? I will gift you $1 just to prove you wrong. And none of them would take my offer. None of them. And that just proved to me that they're just trolls and they're haters. And no matter what I showed them, no matter what kindness I gave, no matter anything, they were just going to continue to be trolls. And that, I had to. That kind of helped me a lot because when all the hate was coming at me for a while, I just started to feel really down. But then I just realized that, you know, the people I really need to focus on are the ones in my community and my fans on here, regardless if they're in my community or not, because they know my heart. They knew who I was way before there was a mystery shopping program. So, and those haters are just not my people. They're just in their own little, what is it called? I forgot what they call it, echo chamber. They just talk about me with themselves. And what a sad life. Truly. I mean, I have people I don't like, but I do not spend hours, days, weeks, months, years thinking about them and talking trash about them. I wish them the best. So, thank you, Robin, for listening to me. I appreciate you. People are nuts. People are very much nuts. I could, is it Alice, Elisa? I can't say your name. Annalie, I can't say. Ainslie. Let me make the comments bigger and I could try. There we go. I'm not going to try to say your name again, but you said, because I'm going to butcher it. I forgot where I was. I hope to sign up next week. We would love to have you. Sylvia, you are very impressed. Did you mean impressive? I hope so. Thank you. I'm sure that's what you meant. Moon Rocks, I'm near Tampa, Florida. Good jobs. Tampa, Florida, absolutely. Gabriella, girl, same. Like I'm so fragile and innocent. Why do people hate me? People hate on you. You're so nice. Yeah, Moon Rocks, I'm happy to look up your zip code. I was going to start doing that in a few minutes. Ignore the trolls. Honestly, there are haters who literally hate any, on many, many people. All they do. Yeah, I had to figure that out. I thought it was a me thing. I was like, okay, like maybe because I'm big, maybe because I do life a little differently. People love to bring out the fact that I'm single and I have no kids. They're like, that's evidence no one wants you. And I'm like, think you're looking at this the wrong way. Maybe I chose this life. I love my freedom. There's nothing wrong with being in a relationship and having beautiful children. I just never wanted it. Like it's crazy what people will spin, not spend. Debbie, people don't hate you. Robin, dang it, I missed the dollar deal. Yep, yep, it was a whole week for $1. Gabriella, they do. Meredith, can you tell more about your program? Looks like webinars. So I used to be able to share it when I went live, but TikTok got mad at me. So if you go back to my TikTok page and you look at the left-hand corner where my pinned my pin post star, you can watch everything that's in my program. You certainly can. I just can't do it anymore on here. Trying to. I can probably share screen on StreamYard, but you're not going to be able to see it unless I hold my phone. Yeah, that's not going to work. But yeah, you can watch everything that's in my program. Lisa, there better not be any coins in my couch cushions because I don't let anybody sit on them. That's funny. That's funny. And I would never say something like that to you. It was just my nasty haters. Yeah, amen. That's right. Bobby, you handle it like a champ, much better than I would have. There have been times where I thought I was going to lose my account, and that's when I had to go to therapy. I'm being serious. Even my business partners are like, Kayla, chill out. And I'm like, it's really hard. It is, and it's gotten easier. It has gotten easier. Wendy, do you fill out your survey on the job, at home, on your computer, or in your car? Anywhere you want to. Me personally, I like to fill them out right on the spot and then just move on to the next. But sometimes I have like 10 or 20 jobs in one day because I schedule myself like that. So I'll just do all the jobs and then I'll come home and I'll fill out the surveys at home and just knock them out all at once. So I have the whole day to get all my jobs done. Sylvia, yes, I'm an impressive. What does it look like in Jacksonville, Florida? Jacksonville is a huge area. I know that for sure. Mom, Mamo rocks. I'll look you up. All right. Mamo rocks. 34219. Oh, because I did it wrong. 34219. Oh, thank you, Bobby, for the gift. All right, it doesn't like your zip code, but I think it's a me. All right, 34219. Okay, there it goes. Bradenton, Florida, you have 1,264 jobs around you in a 60-mile radius. You are absolutely in a good area. For example, I usually only have about 550 jobs around me in the same radius, and I make $4,000 a month. So you definitely are in a very good area. Lisa, if the monks that are walking for peace don't change hearts, I don't know what. I was saying that when I went live. I think you were live with me when I was out there watching the monks walk. I'm Hindu for anyone that doesn't know, and I'm really big on Buddhism as well because it's a branch of Hinduism, and I donate to the monk temple in Charleston, South Carolina every month, and they just have a big piece of my heart. And those monks aren't even from the United States. They actually flew here. They left their home. They flew here and are walking from Texas, Fort Worth, Texas, all the way to Washington, D.C. Most of them aren't even wearing shoes. They can't wear anything leather. And a lot of them are doing this barefoot. Their poor feet are wrapped in so many bandages. Like I was saying during my live when I was out there, I'm like, if you're struggling with anything, or you want to do anything, don't let anything stop you because there is nothing stopping these monks from trying to get their message out. Debbie just now notified you're live. Oh my gosh, Debbie, that's crazy. See, I promise I invite you. Robin, there's nothing wrong with not wanting a family, a hubby, two boys, dog, cat, and it's not for everyone. That's funny. I have two dogs and two cats, and we're a happy family. I date sometimes, and maybe one day I need to have a series on social media of my dating life because I will have y'all cracking up. Let's just say the dating pool has pee in it, and I have proof. Like if y'all want a series on Kayla's dating life. I keep that pretty private because people are crazy on here. I will share it with y'all. It's crazy out there. Lisa, that was just a joke because I'm OCD. Oh, no worries, Lisa. Debbie, yes, some days I'm jealous. I love my crazy family, but there's no alone time. I need alone time. I'm a big alone time person. Hi, Ronald. Good to see you. Ronald was in my program. He is killing it. Kimberly, can you check my zip code? Yep. I will check anyone's zip code that is 1000% serious about joining my program. 626. And I will not tell you if it's a good area if it's not. One person today literally had 3 jobs in a 60-mile radius. So I was like, this isn't going to be for you. All right. Kelso, Washington, you have 414 jobs around you in a 60-mile radius. You're absolutely in a good spot. I asked before, but you can look up. You asked before? Okay. I usually don't do that, but I'll do it again. 23185. I'm burning one of my awesome candles tonight from a cheerful giver. These candles are handmade by people with disabilities, and I love it. All right, Wilmingsburg, Virginia. You have 1,497 jobs. I remember this. You need to sign up, girl. What's holding you back? You are in a fantastic area. You're next to Newport News, Smithfield. You're missing out. All right, let me check on Facebook. Nobody on Facebook or YouTube. Instagram, y'all okay over there? Sometimes y'all's comments don't show up, so if you do want me to see what you're saying, you might have to come to Facebook. It's really weird. All right. There it is. Debbie. Oh no, Danielle, did I look you up? Forgot where I left off. I'll look it up again just in case. 50320. No, I looked up SD Gibson. You're not in the best area. You live in Des Moines, Iowa. Iowa is really not a great area for mystery shopping. You only have 121 jobs around you in a 60-mile radius, and they are so scattered out. This would not be good for you. Robin 78613. Hi, Lori. On Facebook, I'm sure this isn't live, but if it is, hey girl, I'm live. The only time that I'm not live, it's just a replay, is after midnight or after 10 o'clock. One of my virtual assistants, she reposts my lives for me. But hello, Lori. So anytime before 10 o'clock, it's me. All right, Cedar Park, Texas. You have 790 jobs around you. Robin, you're in a really good area. You have almost double what I have around me. You are absolutely in a good area. Thank you, Debbie. Miss Sandra, I'm so excited to sign up from Southern California. Definitely need to learn the basics first. Well, yeah, absolutely. Sign up and I will teach you how. That's what I'm here for. I train you from the very first step all the way until your mystery shopping cruises and casinos and high-end retail and fine dining and all of that stuff. So that is what I'm here for. Aw, Debbie, Luna says hello. Whoops, I lost where I was. I went too far. Sorry, I'm trying to find. Okay, I am. Okay, found it. Miss Sandra. Chantal. 73401. SD Gibson, I have already answered you. All right, you are not in a good area, my friend. You live in Ardmore. Is that how you say it? Ardmore, Oklahoma. You only have 91 jobs around you in a 60-mile radius, so you are not in a good area. Kristen, I was on your live Monday, but had to log off before I was able to find out about my area. You got it. 28694. It's thinking. You live in Boone, North Carolina. Okay, I know exactly where you are. You have 486 jobs around you. You are in a very good area. You're about the same amount as me, close to it. Nikki, I'm in a tiny town. Would it be worth it? You're gonna have to drive just like I do. 37683. I do a minimum search of 60 miles. This is a driving job. You're not that tiny. You live in Albandon, Virginia. Oh, you're right on the cusp of Boone. So you might have competition. You have 392 jobs around you in a 60-mile radius. So you would have a really nice part-time job. Kimberly, 98626. Carla on Facebook, I'll do you next. 55330. You got it. All right, you live already looked yours up. All right, so please do not post your zip code more than once. It throws me off, and then you waste another person's turn because I've already looked up Kelso, Washington. That's my rule. Please only zip code one time. All right, Carla, you have, or you live in Elk River, MN. What is MN? Is that Montana? You have 516 jobs around you in a 60-mile radius. So you're in a pretty good area. You have about the same amount as I do. Sandy, 74014. Thank you, Debbie. All right, Sandy B, you have 217 jobs around you, and you live in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. This would be a part-time job for you with a lot of free groceries and stuff like that. It just isn't a life-changing area. Chef Joey, I remember when they were walking that night, the guy that yelled that hateful speech. Oh my God, don't get me started. That was so, er. There's always got to be someone like that. Sylvia, 32216. Ronald, OMG, I'm dying. You're dying, Ronald? What did I say? God only knows what I said. Jacksonville, Florida, 491 jobs around you. Yep, that'll go up to everyone's number. I forgot to tell you. So, mystery shopping companies take a break, take a nap, if you want to say, right before Christmas, and then things start opening up as we get deeper into January, and then it just takes off. So, whatever number I give you, it's going to go up, not massively, but maybe by like 100 jobs. So, do keep that in mind. Heather, 37322. Smith Allen, sure. I don't know how to pronounce your first name. I'll mess it up. Oh, Minnesota. Thank you, Carla. I think I need a map in front of me. All right. Who am I talking to? Heather. You live in Decatur, Tennessee. I know I butchered it. I'm sorry. You have 393 jobs around you currently. So you're definitely in a good area for a good part-time job. Oh, Chanel. Okay, thank you. Chanel on Facebook. You live, oh, in Augusta, Georgia. You're my neighbor. I live about an hour from you. You have 299 jobs around you. You're in a good area. And if you are willing to go in a further radius, especially deeper into Georgia, you have a lot of jobs. I know this because I mystery shop that area sometimes because there's not really anyone there to do it. I would love to know that that territory is getting done. Robin, I've been married 16 years and couldn't imagine getting back into the dating. Oh, is that what you're talking about, Ronald, when you said I'm dying? The piss pool. Yes. Yep. Piss pool. I guess terrible. Yep. Ronald on a hiatus right now, getting a better vehicle. Oh, okay. I understand that. Didn't you have a van for a little while? I think. Am I making that up? All right, y'all. I'm seeing a lot of people with their zip codes more than once. All right, Bobby, 32420. You're welcome, Chanel. Hi, Instagram. I still don't see any comments. I'm just checking in with you guys. I hope y'all are having a good night. Thanks for joining us anyway. All right, Cottondale, Florida. Bobby, you live in, I guess, a more secluded area of Florida. You're really close to Panama City, though. All right, so right now you have 218 jobs around you. If you were willing to go closer and deeper around Panama, you would have a lot more. I know that for a fact. You're welcome, Sheila. Heather, I do live in a small town, but surrounded by big ones, so it may be. I'm going to look other people's zip codes since I already did one for you. Sheila, did I not already do yours? Because you said thank you. I thought I did. Okay, nope, I haven't seen this one. Batesville, Arkansas, you are not in a good area. You have 69 jobs around you in a 60-mile radius. This would not benefit you. Is it Marin? Marin 01824. If I butcher your name, it's not on purpose. I have a speech impediment. I do try. I'm going to butcher your town. I'm going to butcher your name, but it's all with love. Corinne, that's in my program on Facebook right now, she had to tell me how to pronounce her name. Lowell M.A. M.A. Is that? Is that Massachusetts? Oh, Lord. I need a map. You have 3,016 jobs around you. And I am talking to Maureen. So you are definitely in a good area, my friend. Nikki Osborne, 37683. All right, y'all, the comments are getting pretty deep. I'm going to do the best I can, but we've got like 32 minutes left. We're at 87 comments with people's zip codes. Arbindon, Virginia, next to Boone, 382 jobs. All right, I'm going to try to move a little faster. 41701. Karen from Facebook, 29501. Whitney, I'll do yours next. All right. Hazard, Kentucky, you have 241 jobs around you currently. This would be a decent part-time job. Karen on Facebook. You have 288 jobs around you. You're in Florence, South Carolina. I'll be there this weekend. I have a big Buc-ee's mystery shop. I'm getting paid $300 to be at Buc-ee's this weekend to do a mystery shop. They pay big because you have to go to each area of the store, even outside, but it's totally worth it. So if you're willing to go closer into like Sumter and Manning, there's more. And if you're willing to go closer to Conway and Myrtle Beach, you'll make a lot more money. All right, who is next? Whitney, you are next on Facebook. 34668. You're welcome, Karen. It's thinking. All right, Whitney, you live in Port Richey, Florida. You have 1,158 jobs around you. You are in a fantastic area, and this will grow. You're around a bunch of other big areas of Florida. All right, Mimi, 545. Darn it. 92545. Wow, Nini, you have 5,648 jobs around you, and you live in Hemet, California. I hope I said that right. You absolutely need to sign up, Nini. I hope you're still here. You would be foolish not to. Thank you, Debbie. Hi, Buttercup. You're welcome, Chantal. You're welcome, Robin. Thank you. You never get rid of me. So hello, forever friend. Get paid tomorrow. Oh, awesome, Robin. We would love to have you. I think you're really going to enjoy our community. We are very fun, loving, and relaxed. My cats, yeah, I have two of them. They're identical. One's just a lot fatter than the other one. I love my cats. Is she still behind me? Nope, she went off to do something. I have videos from today because it's really cold today of them playing their fish catching game on the. I bought a very cheap Temu tablet, and all I have on there is the fish game, and they love it. If you have a cat and you want to get something for them, that is like one of the best things I've ever done for them. Ronald on a hiatus right now until I get a better vehicle. Awesome, nothing wrong with that. All right, Nikki, did I go up on the comments? Trying to make sure. Okay, no. Okay. If I skipped anyone, it's not on purpose. The comments are going crazy. All right, Nikki Osborne, 3-7. Like right now, I have 82 comments. So only give me your zip code if you're 1000% serious. 37683. I agree, Whitney from Facebook, Whitney Weaver. You definitely need to sign up. Here's my website if you don't already know it. All right, I already looked up this zip code. Okay. Please stop giving me y'all zip code more than once. It really holds up this process. It's Birdie Baby 33647. All right, you're in Tampa, Florida. You're obviously in a good area. You have 2,550 jobs around you. It's Birdie Baby. You need to sign up. You would be silly not to do so. Stacy, please and thank you. 44089. You're welcome. Thank you for that nice message. Susan on Facebook, I'll do your next 29609. All right. Amherst, Ohio. I know I butchered that. You have 538 jobs around you. You have about as many as I do, and I make 4,000 a month. I work about 20 to 30 hours a week. I also have to drive a little further because I live in the middle of nowhere. All right, Susan Perry. You live in Greenville. You're in a good area. I mystery shop your area sometimes. 594 jobs around you. Yep. You are in a good area. Lori. I thought I looked yours up, Lori. 32784. Mary Sims Blakely. I didn't mean to skip you. I didn't even see you. But you know what tool I'm using. You live in my area. All right. Oh God. Okay, I'm not even gonna try. EUSTIS, Florida. You have 1,212 jobs around you. Lori Sanders, you need to sign up. I think I've seen that area before. That's why the zip code was familiar. All right, I'm only going to be looking up people that say they're serious next to it because it's just too much. I am too far away from the bottom. All right, serious. Corey, I looked you up earlier today. 49, I thought I did, unless you're a different Corey. The picture looks the same and everything. You're welcome, Susan Perry. Ashley on Facebook, you'll be next after this one. Let me get your zip code ready. I have to copy and paste y'all's. All right, Grand Rapids, Michigan. You have 524 jobs around you. You're in a very good area. Virginia Beach, Virginia. You have 766 jobs around you. And I am talking to who? Ashley Nicole. Yep. No, yeah, Ashley Nicole. You are in a very good area and you should definitely sign up. I know your area well. One of my OGs lives around that area. There are a lot of jobs. Corey, I've already looked yours up. Awesome. You're moving to Florida, Chantel. That's awesome. All right. I don't see anyone saying I'm serious next to their zip code. Okay. Jeremy K. Jeremy 11232. Awesome, Ashley. We'll be so happy to have you. My training only takes 2 hours, like 2 hours of watching a video. You can start and accept your first job or a couple. Just don't go crazy because I want you to ease into it, but I'm there to help you through it. All right, Brooklyn, New York. Oh, yes. Anyone that lives in New York City or around it, you're in a gold mine and you don't even know it. You have 4,271 jobs around you. You would be foolish. You will be living the high life on someone else's dime. Jeremy K, I did yours. Jody, I'm sorry, 43040. All right, you live in Marysville, Ohio, and you have 844 jobs around you. You are in a very good area. You should absolutely sign up. Yeah, and you're close to Richwood, not Richland. All right, AJ's mom. Where'd it go? Okay, 70560. Ginger Baker on Facebook, 1484, sorry, 850. All right, I'll do yours next. Okay, April, I will get to you, I promise. Lydia, Louisiana, I've looked this one up before, probably not for you though. It's 244 jobs around you in a 60-mile radius. It would be a good part-time job. All right, Ginger Baker, you're next. You live in, I don't know how to pronounce this, LTHAKA, unless that's an I, New York, and you have 376 jobs around you. So you're not too close to New York City, but you still are in an area for a good, well-paying part-time job. Holly, 7878073. AJ's mom, I've already answered you. Von Ormy, Texas, 362 jobs around you. Pretty close to what I deal with that I have around me. All right. Who was that? Okay. April Harris, you're next. Copy, paste. I already looked yours up. Am I crazy? Unless someone else on TikTok has the same zip code? I just looked this up. Unless I'm losing my mind, which is always possible. Yes, it is. Okay, I put in the wrong one. Sorry, April. 46310. There we go. Doing this, I've done this earlier today for 2 hours, and I think my brain is just melting. This is a lot. This is a lot. Still not. 4, 6, 3, 1. Sorry, I think my thing is just like, I'm done. One more time with this zip code, then I have to move on. Thank you, Debbie. All right, you live in Wheatfield, Indiana. You have 1,041 jobs around you, and I am talking to you, April Harris. So you're in a good area. Indiana is one of those states that's kind of hit or miss. All right, Dana, 79109. You are not in a good area. I've looked this one up before. Amarillo, Texas, you only have 84 jobs around you. You live in the middle of nowhere. This would not be a good job for you, Dana. All right. I've already looked up yours. Little Mohi, 47362. You live in Newcastle, Indiana, and you have 864 jobs around you. That is actually really good, especially for Indiana. That's actually very shocking in a good way. Thank you, Debbie. Ronald, and make sure to read the guidelines for each job so you can be a success. Absolutely, Ronald, you would know. Jody, I want to sign up. We would love to have you. My website is kaylalaughs.com. Oh, and Debbie already commented. Chef Joey, also anyone on here from Las Vegas, we can now mystery shop in the state of Nevada. Yep, me and my partners went in September to show how to get the card that you need to be a mystery shopper in Nevada. You're welcome, Holly. Thank you. Mike, 32713. I'm getting closer to the bottom. I have 18 more comments that I can't see. Oh, thank you, Lisa, for the gift. I appreciate it. All right, checking on y'all Instagram. Y'all are always so quiet. All right, this is taking a minute. My system gets tired. I'll try to close some stuff out. Maybe that'll help. All right. Deltona, Florida, 1,104 jobs around you, Mike. You're in a really good area. You should definitely sign up. I thought you were rating restaurants. What are you talking about, Emma? I am a mystery shopper and I teach people how to mystery shop. That's the whole point of my accounts. So right now I'm not rating restaurants. I'm at home looking up people's zip codes so they know how many jobs are around them so they can sign up for my program and I can teach them how to mystery shop too. I don't see anyone saying I'm serious. Oh, thank you very much, BB Rams. Thank you. All right, Stephanie, 77461. Is there a better time of month or week to start the program? It's all self-paced. No, every Monday and Tuesday we have our coaching calls. If you watch the pinned video in the left-hand corner of my page, you'll see what my whole program offers, but there is no time. Whatever day you sign up in the month, you're going to get charged the following month on that same day, so keep that in mind. So if you join the monthly fee, then you're going to get if you join today on the 15th, you're going to get charged the 15th next month. So if that makes a difference, then yes. All right, I forgot who I was talking about. Stephanie, there you go. Stephanie, you live in Roslynburg, Texas, and you have 1,285 jobs around you. You are in a very good area. Kimba, you are amazing, trying to help all, figuring the secret shop. Oh, thank you. Finding the secret shops. Thank you. Kimba's in my program too. I appreciate that. I want to help everyone. I really do. You would go to a restaurant and rate the Glen. I have no idea what you're saying, Em. Mary 77904. Yep, Mike. Yep, you join whatever feels right for you. Victoria, Texas. You are not in a good area. You only have 77 jobs in a 60-mile radius. This would not be good for you. Jojo, I'm serious. What does the program teach? I went over that the first hour and some change. If you go to my TikTok page and watch my video, the pinned one about what the Secret Shopper Society offers, then come back and let me know if you want me to look up your zip code. Tyler 46615. I only have 10 minutes left is why I say that. All right, South Bend, Indiana. You have 467 jobs around you, so this definitely would work out for you. I work with 550 jobs around me and I make 4,000 a month. Bobby just signed up for the lifetime. Yay, Bobby! Awesome! Welcome to the club, my friend. Tyler, Nicole, I think I just looked yours up, or am I crazy? Yep, I already looked yours up. All right, I am at the bottom, finally. All right, Cincy girl, you didn't say you were serious. I only look up people that say they're serious and ready to sign up for my program. There is a fee. Is there a private message? You can send me a private message through TikTok. All right, I'm at the bottom of the comments. If anyone is serious about me looking up their zip code to sign up for my program, it is not free. We have a monthly subscription, an annual subscription, and a lifetime. I will look you up. Bobby, thanks. Looking forward to getting started. Absolutely. So when you signed up, you're going to get an invitation in your email. Accept the invitation, and then it's going to take you to the start here inside of our circle program. And if you watch the video, if you haven't already, in the left-hand corner of my TikTok, it'll walk you through where to find that as well if you can't. But I'm here if you need me. So. Okay, where can I find out info about the program? I just said it. You can go back to my TikTok and watch the pinned video. Oh, there you go. Yep. Okay, yep, you saw that. I was talking to Bobby and then I saw your comment. Chantel, very serious, but she said I was in a bad area, so I gave you a different zip code. But yes, I'm sorry, I look up one zip code at a time so I can give other people an opportunity because you wouldn't imagine how many people just start giving me random zip codes. But if you want to, I just need the other zip code. I'm at the bottom of the comments. Jojo lives in Aurora, Illinois, and they are in a good area, and Chicagoland area is huge. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. I am, but I wanted, Cincy girl, I am, but I wanted, I don't know what you're saying. Chantel 76208. You're in Denton, Texas. You have 1,776 jobs around you. You are in a very good area. You absolutely should sign up. And who am I talking to? Yeah, Chantal. Chantal, yes. Yeah, if you still live there, you definitely need to do that in that area. Whatever zip code you gave me first is not good. 38305 for Cincy Girl. Let me check on Facebook. Anita, I'm very interested, been watching a while, might be able to afford now. I know you would need to check the 60 mile radius. Sure, 24592. I'll look you up right after this one. You are not in a very good area. Jacksonville, Tennessee, you only have 132 jobs around you in a 60-mile radius. This would not be profitable. All right, Clarksville, Virginia. Who am I talking to? Annette. Annette Daniel, you have 461 jobs around you. You're in a good area. I live around 550 on the norm, and I've made this a full-time job. I work 20 to 30 hours, and I make a full-time income, I should say. All right. Chantal, I can go there. Awesome. Yep. No matter where you live, you can mystery shop anywhere. I live in South Carolina in the United States, and I just mystery shopped in Costa Rica. I have mystery shopped many places all over the world. I have mystery shopped in almost all 50 states. You don't have to just mystery shop where you are. All right, we're Missy Yo 79765. All right, I've got 4 minutes. You are not in a good area. You live in Odessa, Texas, and that makes sense. You have 19 jobs around you. This is not going to be for you. You live in the middle of nowhere in a 60-mile radius. Hi, Lucy. Do you know where to go? Does companies hire you to do it for them? I have been a mystery shopper for 15 years, and I teach other people how to be a mystery shopper. I have everything in my program, all the legitimate mystery shopping companies, all of it. And I teach you how to be a mystery shopper from scratch all the way to going to high-end places for shopping and dining and cruises and resorts and casinos and all that stuff. Tyler, Nicole, thank you for all your time and information. Kaylee, you're welcome. Thank you for joining. Oh, Megan, I didn't see yours. 34428. I don't think I did. All right, I've got 3 minutes and then I got to call it a night. Let me check on Facebook. Annette Daniel, yes. Yeah, you live in a pretty small area. All right, Crystal River, Florida. You have 677 jobs around you. You're in a good area. You absolutely should sign up. Kim K. Emma Paris, bye. 40475. You're welcome, Megan. You live in Richmond, Kentucky, and you have 309 jobs around you. You could do a decent part-time job for sure. All right, Maria 66103. Mission, Kansas. You have 291 jobs around you. This would be a part-time job for sure. I would sign up for the monthly subscription and see if you like it and if there's enough jobs close enough to you. And then if you didn't like it, of course, we would let you go. But what I'm saying is don't join the annual or the lifetime. All right, guys, I have 2 minutes. Anybody else? Then I gotta call it a night. I've been doing this for 4 hours today now. I'm exhausted. All numbers are coming together. I'm gonna be saying zip codes in my sleep. Debbie, sure, Debbie. 15066. It's thinking. April Harris, you are amazing, Kayla. I've been watching a long time. I need to take the leap and just do it. You're welcome. Thank you very much for the love, and we would love to have you. We certainly would. I will make you successful. I have made now over 3,400 people successful and growing every day. All right, Beaver Falls, Pennsylvania, Debbie. 808 jobs around you, Debbie. You're in a really good area. Pennsylvania surprises me. Pennsylvania is small, in my opinion, but y'all have a lot going on in there. It's Samir, I hope I said that right. Samir 28227. I looked someone up with the same name earlier today. It's thinking. Oh, you live in Charlotte. Yeah, you have good opportunities. You have 1,012 jobs around you. You are definitely in a good area. I used to live there. I know. I go up there every once in a while because it's about 2 hours away from me. My last jobs that I did there, one of them was the Cheesecake Factory. Um, no, it was Margiano's. Cheesecake Factory was a few months before that. All right, Jolene, you're the last one because it's 10 o'clock. 38474. All right, we got 2 more people. All right, I'm going to stop at Wes. All right, Emma and Wes, I'll do yours, and I'm going to stop at that. All right, Spring Hill, Tennessee. You have 534 jobs around you, so you have just as many as I do. All right, Emma, 3266. Ashland, New Hampshire, 373 jobs around you. You could definitely have a nice part-time job and get free groceries and eat out for free. Wes, 33598. Emma, I already looked yours up. I just told you. And Debbie, my offer still stands that I offered you a long time ago. If you ever want to take my offer, you just let me know. All right, Sunset City Center, Florida. Sunset City Center, Florida, 1,409. That's the number you gave me, Emma. 329. I'll do it again, but that's what I thought I put. So 1,409 for US. That's really good. All right, Emma, 32966. Yeah, Sunset City, Florida. I just said this one. You had mine wrong. I'm in Florida. That's what I said. Were you not here when I said Sunset City, Florida? You have. I'm very confused now. Yeah, we just went over. Nope, you're right. It's not changing the zip code. 32966. Why isn't it? Did it just change? Yep, you're right. I apologize. I will always apologize. Okay, Vero Beach, Florida, you have 496 jobs around you. I'm so sorry. The system's like, nope, we're doing this one again. So 496 jobs around you. I apologize, Emma. Yep, now we got it right. All right, guys, I'm going to call it a night. Thank you, Debbie. Thank you, everyone. Thanks, Kayla. Have a great night. Get some rest. I need it. I am tired. I will not be live tomorrow. Fridays just nobody hangs out, so I just don't do them. Um, but y'all have a good one. I hope the ones that I said you absolutely should join, that you will join. Stephanie, thank you and have a great night. Bobby says, have a good night. Thank you. You too. Tanya says, TY, thank you for the info. Chef Joey says, have a good night, Kayla. Thank you. You're welcome, Wes. So if I told you to sign up, I mean it. You are leaving money all around you. But I will see y'all later. I will be live on Saturday. Thank you, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Y'all have a good night, too.